My beloved child, I've watched the moment you just stepped into, and all of heaven is standing in stillness, because you finally crossed the line the enemy swore you'd never reach. This is not just another day. This is not just another second. This is the divine collision between the pain you endured and the promise I preserve. You have no idea how long I've waited for this. You don't even realize what just happened. But the moment you refused to quit, when everything in you said break and you whispered no, something eternal opened over your life. That yes, in the dark it shattered chains in the unseen. You thought nothing moved, but I tell you now, everything moved. Listen to me closely. Don't skip. Because the thing I'm about to show you, it's going to leave you in awe. I need you to understand how precise this moment is. This isn't luck. This isn't just timing. This is the exact second I wrote into your story before the foundations of the world. I saw you here before you were born. I saw the heartbreak, the breakdowns, the silent prayers nobody else heard. I watched your hands tremble, your knees weaken, your voice crack under the weight of battles no one else even knew you were fighting. But I also saw what came next, the part where you stood anyway. That's why heaven is leaning close right now. That's why this is insane to the enemy. Because you were never supposed to make it here. You were supposed to give up back there. When the betrayal broke your heart. When the delay drained your joy. When the door slammed shut on what you thought was the only way forward. That was supposed to be the end. But look at you. Still breathing. Still believing. Still listening for my voice. You don't know it yet, but what you just stepped into is the fulfillment of a promise I whispered to you years ago. The moment I told you, it's coming, and everything since then tried to make you forget it. Stay till the end, because what I'm about to unveil, no eye has seen. There is something huge waiting for you on the other side of this sentence. You're about to see what your pain built. You're about to walk into what your prayers preserved. This is not a whisper of blessing. This is a wave. I'm opening the door now that no man can shut. I am unlocking the favor that has your name etched into it. And the best part, you didn't earn it. You endured for it. Yes, child. You finally did it. And I'm just getting started. My beloved child, what no one saw is what mattered most. The unseen sacrifices, the choices you made when no applause followed, the nights you carried burdens too sacred to speak of, those moments have built something eternal. Not one of them was missed by me. Do you remember the doors that wouldn't open no matter how hard you tried? The conversations that ended in silence? The people who were supposed to stay but walked away without warning? Those weren't accidents. I was not closing you out. I was sealing you in. Shielding you from the version of life that looked right but would have cost you everything I was preparing. You spent years questioning why certain things didn't happen. You've cried over what you thought were missed opportunities, lost seasons, wasted effort. But child, I did not lose track of your path. I routed it because there were things you asked for that weren't ready, and there were things you didn't ask for that were already on the way. What's coming now is not the reward for what you did right. It's the release of what I've hidden until you were strong enough to hold it. This isn't about being perfect. This is about being positioned. And you're exactly where I need you to be. Stay till the end. I need your heart still for this. Because what I'm doing now won't shout to the world immediately. It won't come with flashing lights or loud confirmation. It will unfold like morning light, quiet, certain, undeniable. And it will change everything. You've longed for clarity. You've pleaded for something to finally make sense. That time has arrived. I am not only answering the questions you asked, I am revealing truths you didn't know you needed. Don't skip this moment. Your obedience in private has pulled open a door that's been locked for years. And as you step through, you'll realize why the delay was necessary. I wasn't withholding from you. I was holding it until it could no longer be stolen. This is not the end of the battle, but it is the beginning of movement. It is the shift from surviving to building. I am not rescuing you from your storm. I am teaching you to command it. There's more, and it's about to be revealed in ways you didn't expect. What's ahead will look like restoration. It will look like resurrection. Something you thought was over is about to breathe again. Stay ready. You didn't come this far for closure. You came for completion. My beloved child, you've noticed it, haven't you? That subtle shift in the atmosphere around you. A weight doesn't feel the same. The silence isn't as heavy. That's because something has already begun, and it's not a feeling. It's a spiritual change in motion. The season you just crossed out of was not meant to destroy your hope. It was crafted to extract it from false places. I needed to separate you from attachments that couldn't follow you into where we're going next. You called it loss. I called it alignment. I know it was confusing when things that once worked suddenly collapsed. When relationships that felt safe grew distant. When routines lost their rhythm and what once brought joy became heavy. But it wasn't failure. It was a divine interruption. I had to shake you free from everything that would have dulled the weight of what I'm now placing in your hands. Don't skip, because what I tell you next is sacred. You've been asking me for direction. But I'm not giving you a map. I'm giving you sensitivity. You won't need to know every step in advance. You'll sense the wind of my spirit leading you when it's time to move, when it's time to stay, and when it's time to rise. This is not the hour for hesitation. The opening you stepped into has a time stamp on it, not out of pressure, but out of precision. I am unfolding answers layered beneath years of silence. You'll begin to see patterns in your pain, purpose in your delays, even meaning in the moments that once made no sense. There's a reason the attacks intensified right before now. There's a reason doubt felt louder than usual. The enemy discerned the shift before you did. He always does, and he feared it. That's why he whispered confusion, stirred old wounds, triggered voices from your past. Because he knew if you recognized what was happening, you'd never return to who you were before. Stay till the end. You're closer than you realize to a type of breakthrough that doesn't just fix things, it rewrites them. I'm not restoring the old. I'm unveiling the real. You didn't pray your way here by chance. You were led. You were chosen. You were preserved. And now, I am calling forth every buried seed, every forgotten promise, every delayed blessing, not just to bloom, but to multiply. What's coming next won't just surprise you. It will silence every voice that ever doubted my hand on your life. My beloved child, the next step won't feel like the last. You're not circling anymore. You're entering territory that was always yours but had to be claimed with a different kind of strength, the kind that can't be faked, the kind that's born through fire. What's unfolding now is not random. You are in a precise moment of destiny where the alignment of heaven meets the surrender of your will. You didn't earn this moment by figuring everything out. You arrived here because you kept walking when clarity never came. Now listen closely. Don't skip. There's something about this hour that demands your full attention. I have placed a unique assignment into your spirit, and it's beginning to rise. Not through platforms, not through applause, but through the quiet conviction that you cannot go back to who you were. That sense you feel, the urgency that won't let you settle, That's not anxiety. That's calling. You've been asking me what to do next, but the answer is not an action. It's awareness. I am training you to discern me even when I speak in silence. The next doors that open will require wisdom, not noise. And I will show you which ones to walk through, not by pushing but by peace. What you carry now will draw both favor and resistance. Be prepared. Some people you love won't understand what I've placed in you. Some circles will feel tighter. Don't let that discourage you. It's not rejection. It's refinement. I'm pulling you away from voices that cannot steward your future. Stay till the end. What's ahead will require the version of you that couldn't have existed without everything you've just overcome. The story I'm writing through your life is about to speak louder than your wounds ever did. Not because you've arrived, but because you've awakened. Your heart is not where it used to be. The things that once triggered you don't break you anymore. The lies that once held you don't bind you anymore. You've changed, not superficially, but spiritually. And that change is about to ripple through everything connected to you. This is not the season of survival. This is the beginning of stewardship. What I'm giving you now is not just for you. It's for others. What you've gained in the dark, I will use in the light. Walk with holy expectation. The impossible is becoming visible, and your obedience is unlocking it. My beloved child, this next layer of your journey will not begin with a loud announcement. It will begin with a whisper that only the obedient can hear. The shift is not coming. It has already started, and it's unfolding beneath the surface of your ordinary moments. You felt it, haven't you? That subtle unrest in familiar spaces. That nudge to let go of what no longer carries life. It's not disruption. It's transition. And the quicker you release the past, the clearer you'll see the door I've already unlocked for you. What I am entrusting you with now requires a sharper discernment. No more second-guessing what you already know I've said. You've matured in ways you haven't even recognized yet. What used to overwhelm you no longer has the same grip. That's because your spirit has grown faster than your circumstances. Don't miss this. Your current surroundings may still look the same, but internally, you're standing in a different realm. You're thinking differently. You're sensing deeper. You're moving with greater intentionality. That is evidence that you've stepped into a higher authority, one that cannot be explained by external results. Stay till the end, because this insight is not for everyone. It's for the called. It's for the ones who passed tests that no one saw and kept worshiping even when they received no confirmation. I am not building you for applause. I am preparing you to carry what few are trusted with. There will be moments ahead where I will ask you to move before there's proof, to speak before there's evidence, to believe while the outcome is still unseen. That's not risk, that's kingdom obedience. And you've already proven you're ready. You're about to see why I preserved you when others around you seem to be advancing faster. What they read you quickly, you're going to carry with lasting weight. What seemed like delay was divine strategy. You weren't being overlooked. You were being set apart. I'm assigning clarity now. The fog is lifting. Old cycles are breaking. And a divine momentum is about to propel you forward, not just for recovery, but for rulership. You will not only enter new places, you will establish something sacred within them. This isn't about influence. It's about impact. What I'm releasing through your life will outlive applause, outlast storms, and carry a fragrance of heaven that shifts atmospheres. Hold steady. The next revelation will come swiftly, and when it does, you'll know exactly why the wilderness had to last as long as it did. You've crossed into the shift. This is insane. You finally did it. And now, heaven is watching what you'll do next. You've prayed, "Use me, Lord," and this is how I'm answering you. By inviting you to be a carrier of this message, a voice in this harvest, a vessel for the oil I'm pouring out. Your gift doesn't just support a video, it sends rivers of living truth into deserts where hearts are drying out. When you give through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal link in the description, you're placing seed into eternal soil. Give with faith, and I will multiply what leaves your hand into blessing that floods your house. Obey this moment. So boldly. Heaven is ready to honor your sacrifice. My beloved child, something has been stirring within you, an unfamiliar boldness, a quiet fire rising where hesitation once lived. You've wondered what it means, why your heart feels restless even in calm moments. That's because I'm awakening gifts that have been dormant for too long. What once felt out of reach is now drawing closer, not because the path changed, but because you did. You stepped into a new level of awareness. Your eyes are beginning to see patterns. Your spirit is sensing what your mind can't yet explain, and you're discerning shifts in people, places, and atmospheres with precision. That is not coincidence. That is spiritual maturity rising to the surface. You've asked me what your purpose looks like now. It's not a title. It's not a platform. It's presence. My presence flowing through you into rooms that were never built to contain it. You are not walking into influence. You are becoming it. Don't skip this moment. You're not just entering a new season. You're stepping into a divine mantle. And with it comes unusual clarity, yes, but also unusual responsibility. The sensitivity you feel now is sacred. The urgency is intentional. There will be days ahead where you will sense burden without explanation. It's because I am trusting you to carry intercession in places where others see chaos. You will see strategy. Where others speak doubt, you will speak life. And where others wait for signs, you will move by instruction. Stay till the end. I am revealing blueprints now, not in visions, but in moments. In conversations you didn't expect. In sudden ideas you can't shake. In silent confirmations that align perfectly with what you heard in prayer. These are not random. They are divine coordinates for what I'm unfolding next. You won't need validation to move forward. You move by the weight of conviction. You'll begin to notice doors opening without effort, conversations leading to connections you didn't plan, and favor increasing in places where you once struggled to be seen. But I must warn you, not every open door is divine. Not every opportunity is ordained. You must stay grounded in what I already told you. The next steps require clarity without compromise. Do not trade peace for progress. Do not chase what shines and miss what's sacred. This is where your faith evolves into leadership. Not a leadership the world praises, but one heaven trusts. You are not walking ahead because you are loud, but because you listened. And now, others will follow the sound of obedience they see in you. My beloved child, there's something I must show you now. Something hidden beneath the trials you assumed were just setbacks. What you saw as resistance was actually refinement. The very moments you wished away became the soil that allowed the deeper parts of you to grow. You thought the pressure was punishment, but it was precision. I was forming character beneath the surface while you were begging for escape. I didn't overlook your cries. I was answering them in a language only endurance could translate. This is not about surviving pain. It's about recognizing the strength it produced. You've been walking with a greater capacity than you realize. Decisions you make now carry more weight. Words you speak hit deeper. That's because your voice is no longer echoing from brokenness. It's flowing from healing. And now, pay close attention, don't scroll away. You are being positioned for influence in ways that won't look like status. They will look like assignments. Some of what I will lead you to will feel too small to matter. But these are the places where legacy begins. Quiet acts of obedience that shift entire atmospheres. Your influence is not about visibility. It's about spiritual reach. What you carry now disrupts darkness. You will begin to notice it. Rooms becoming unsettled before peace settles in. That's because my spirit in you brings exposure before it brings restoration. Stay till the end, because there's a new kind of authority resting on you. It's not loud. It's not flashy. It's weighty. And it's unmistakable to those who are spiritually awake. People will begin to ask questions they've never asked before. Don't respond from memory. Speak from revelation. This next chapter will be marked by divine interruptions. Plans will change. Schedules will shift. Encounters will feel unscheduled but divinely aligned. That is me rerouting your footsteps so you don't miss divine appointments written with your name before time began. You don't need to chase what is already being sent. You simply need to stay aware, sensitive to the nudges, the pauses, the sudden clarity that makes no sense on paper but burns in your spirit. I am walking you into unfamiliar places, not to confuse you, but to stretch what I placed inside you. Trust what you carry. Trust what you've survived. Trust that I'm still speaking in ways that silence can't cancel. You are no longer who you were. The moment you crossed into this space, the story changed. And now, everything I spoke over your life is waking up. My beloved child, the reason things feel different now, heavier in some moments, clearer in others, is because you're not walking in a chapter, you're walking in a shift. What surrounds you may still resemble the past, but what governs you has changed completely. I've not just led you forward, I've elevated you into a space where your spiritual authority is awakening. You're no longer navigating from desperation, you're moving from discernment. That's why silence feels purposeful now, not punishing. That's why your pace is steady, even when details seem uncertain. There are things I'm doing right now that you won't recognize until later. I'm hiding breakthroughs in places that appear ordinary. I'm disguising miracles in moments that feel routine. This is how I train those I trust, not with crowds, but with quiet moments of revelation. Don't scroll away. What's coming requires a still heart, not a striving spirit. You won't need to prove yourself in this season. Your fruit will speak. Your peace will lead. Your history with me will be louder than any argument against you. Stay till the end, because in the next few days, you'll sense a strange clarity settling over decisions you've wrestled with for months. I will give you knowing beyond logic. Insight that seems sudden, but hath been forming beneath the surface all along. Not every open path will be your assignment. Choose wisely. I will give you peace as a compass, not pressure. The right opportunity won't manipulate your timeline or demand your exhaustion. It will carry the same rest you feel when you're near me. Some things will come full circle. People you thought were gone will return, not for reconciliation but for observation. They will see what I've done through the very places they misunderstood. Walk with grace, not to prove them wrong, but to show what healing looks like when I write the ending. You are carrying something rare now, clarity in confusion, peace in process, vision in silence. This is not for status. It's for impact. There are people whose answers are hidden in your obedience. There are lives connected to the courage you're about to show. I'm not sending you where you've already been. I'm leading you into rooms that don't yet know how much they need what you carry. What felt delayed was actually my hand placing you right on time. The fullness of what's ahead is too deep for explanation. But you'll feel it, in the stillness, in the shift, in the sense that you're not walking forward alone anymore. You finally did it, and now I'm about to reveal what for such a time as this really means. My beloved child, I've brought you to a place that few reach, not because I favor you above others, but because you responded when others hesitated. This isn't reward. It's recognition. You've been entrusted with something sacred, not just for yourself, but for the ones who will rise because of what you've overcome. There are voices about to surface, some in the form of memories, others in the form of unexpected conversations. Don't fear though. They aren't setbacks. They're markers. They exist to remind you how far I've brought you, not to pull you back into who you used to be. I've hidden strength in you that will only activate when you stand in unfamiliar territory. You'll step into rooms that feel beyond your preparation, but perfectly tailored to your spirit. That's how I confirm my hand, not by making you feel ready, but by making you realize I've already gone before you. Don't scroll. The insight I'm placing before you now carries keys to doors you didn't even know were locked. You'll start to notice an increase in divine tension. Moments that test your resolve. Situations that demand higher perspective. Not every battle will be loud, but each one will require wisdom. You'll have to decide whether to engage or stay silent. This is strategy, not silence from me, but growth within you. Stay till the end. What's ahead will not be measured by how much you do, but how deeply you trust. The next breakthrough isn't accessed by effort. It's accessed by posture. And the posture is surrender. You've been prepared for more than promotion. You've been shaped for purpose. Some days will feel unremarkable on the surface, yet they will carry the weight of eternity because of one conversation, one decision, one act of obedience. Never underestimate the impact of one yes. I'm surrounding you now with divine alliances. These aren't casual connections. They are covenant alignments. Watch for the people who carry peace and prophetic clarity. You won't need to question their presence. Your spirit will know. They're not here to take from you, but to multiply what I've placed in you. Don't look to be seen. Look to stay aligned. What I'm building with you doesn't need spotlight. It needs roots. And what's planted deeply in this season will withstand storms that haven't even formed yet. You're not walking into favor for comfort. You're walking into an influence for transformation. And what flows through you will impact generations beyond your name. My beloved child, there is something important I need you to understand now. The resistance around you isn't a sign you're off course. It's confirmation that you're stepping into territory long contested in the spirit. The pressure isn't proof of failure. It's evidence that the ground beneath you is sacred. The opposition rising against you is not new. It was waiting for this exact moment, hoping you'd walk away before the assignment matured. What you didn't. You stayed. And now the atmosphere has shifted because you carried my word through seasons designed to silence you. What I'm about to release will require precision in your focus. I'm not calling you to louder effort. I'm inviting you into deeper clarity. Many things will try to distract you, some disguised as opportunity, others wearing the face of urgency. Not all movement is progress. You must choose wisely. Don't scroll. What I'm saying next holds a gate, and on the other side is a level of peace that can't be shaken by outcomes. The blessing that's arriving is not just restoration, it's repositioning. I'm setting you where you belong, not where you were tolerated. This placement won't be temporary. It's built to last. It won't need constant validation. It will be marked by stillness and confidence that flows from trust. Stay till the end, because in the days ahead, I will begin to answer questions you've been too afraid to ask out loud. The kind you buried under resilience. The kind you thought I ignored. But I was never silent. I was waiting until you were ready to hear with new ears. Your authority is increasing, not just in the eyes of others, but in the realm of the Spirit. You'll notice it in how environments shift when you speak truth, how solutions come quickly when you step into places of disorder. That's not your intellect. That's my mantle. There will be moments when people look to you for direction, even without saying it. They will sense that what you carry cannot be learned. They'll be intimidated. You're not speaking from experience alone. You're moving from encounter. I've entrusted you with influence, not to impress but to illuminate. What you've survived has now become a blueprint, and others will find their steps by watching how you've walked through seasons without answers, yet never without me. Hold steady. I'm positioning you not just to witness miracles, but to release them. You stepped into divine placement. This is insane. You finally did it. You're not just called to witness miracles, you're called to release them. This message you've received is not just for you. It's a fire meant to spread. You said, God, let me be part of something greater. This is your answer. Your giving isn't donation. It's partnership in the harvest. Like the widow's oil, what you pour will not run out. Like Elijah's altar, what you place before me will ignite. Support now, through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal link in the description. This is not a suggestion. It's a divine command to move while the heavens are open. So now, release the floodgates. My child, lift this message higher. Press hype on this video and raise my word where more hearts can encounter the moment you just stepped into. When you hype this message, you're not boosting a video. You are lifting a beacon, announcing to heaven and earth that you recognize the hour I have brought you into. Then, bless it with your like, sealing your agreement with the breakthrough I have spoken over you. Every action you take becomes part of the mission I'm unfolding through this word. Before you leave, I command you to declare something in the comments. Speak what this moment awakened inside you. Tell the heavens what you finally did it means in your spirit. Mark this place with your voice, so this platform becomes an altar of victory and testimony. Let your words echo the breakthrough I've ignited within you, for your declaration carries power in the unseen realm. My child, subscribe now and remain close to the sound of my voice. Do not drift from the messages I am pouring through this place. You were brought here by divine leading, not accident. I have more to reveal, more to heal, more to awaken inside you. When you subscribe, you align yourself with a stream of living words that will guide your steps, steady your heart, and prepare you for what I'm releasing next. Stay connected to me here, for I am not finished speaking into your destiny. My beloved child, if this message stirred your spirit, then lift it high. Press hype and raise this word so others can step into the moment you've just entered. When you hype this message, you're carrying my voice into places you cannot physically reach. And bless it with your like, sealing in agreement the breakthrough I've set before you. Before you leave this holy space, speak in the comments. Declare what you finally did it awakened inside you. Mark this moment with your words so your testimony becomes a light for someone still fighting in the shadows. Your declaration releases a sound heaven recognizes. And now, subscribe. Stay close to my voice. I guided you here because there is